Right now, let's get over to Cassie Hyder in the Bob Mills Weather Center. You guys have been going above and beyond trying to find some rain out there, but it's no luck so far.
No, we've had a little bit of rain yesterday in parts of the state, but we desperately need to see more. In fact, we had Jim Gardner in Bob Mills Sky News 9. He was out tracking fires yesterday. We had Marty Logan. He was also tracking fires in northwest Oklahoma yesterday afternoon. So we desperately need to see that rain. We are very vulnerable to these fires, and that's just going to continue to be the case until we can get a decent rain. And that's some of the video from northwest Oklahoma where Marty Logan was. Let's show some of the storm video. Now, we did end up having some rain. You can see that rain in the distance. And we had Marty Logan, Val and Amy Castor, and Brandon Pennell. They were out chasing the potential of thunderstorms yesterday. We ended up having some thunderstorms, nothing severe, but from time to time we got some heavy downpours and a few lightning strikes. Let's go ahead and go to Lynx 1 and show you where the rain fell. So not most of us, it all ended up in far northwest or northeast Oklahoma. Stillwater ended up with 0.03 inches of rain. 0.28 though, a little over a quarter of an inch up there in Sealing, but that's it. We certainly need to see that here in the metro. We need to see a lot more than that, but so far for the month of October, we've had absolutely nothing. So it's the driest October on record in Oklahoma City. And you can tell just by looking at our lake levels, all of them -1, at least on our map that we're showing. They are well below normal, and that does include all the metro lakes as well. And because of this situation, we've got these burn bans that keep on being established as we go throughout really the past several days. We just keep adding to it, and I think we're going to be adding more to that until we can get a nice storm system in here. So we are very vulnerable to more fires and Storm Shield 9. It's unfortunately very quiet right now with no rain on the horizon, at least for this afternoon. So this is our American Fidelity camera up over Lucky Star Skycam network. We've got sunny skies. We're at 64 degrees. That wind, it's fairly light right now, at least here in the metro. We're at 68 in Guthrie, 69 in Tecumseh, 70 in Byers, 70 in Watonga, 64 in Weatherford, also 64 degrees in Fort Cobbin and Lawton, 61 in Alvin, just the upper 50s in Woodward. And that's actually where we have more of a west to northwest wind between about 5 to 15 miles an hour. But east of I-35, it is a little bit more windy right now. That wind's coming out of the south between about 15 to 25. So right now we've got this boundary located to our north and west, and that's going to help to keep more of a northwest wind in northwest Oklahoma, and temperatures shouldn't be terribly hot today. But when are we going to get a decent cold front in here? Well, I think the front does move into central Oklahoma once we get into tomorrow, but this particular front, it's not going to be a strong wind by any means. Temperatures don't really go down. We're going to have a temporary northeast wind, but the stronger, nicer cold front, that's going to be moving in, it looks like Thursday night or early Friday. So behind that, it's going to be a north wind, and temperatures do go down, but it's also looking like a dry front. So there's no rain with that. Temperatures will be nice. By the end of the weekend, we're going to be warming back up, and then now we're looking at, as we're getting a little bit closer to Halloween, we do have another storm system at least showing up in the future. Right now, it looks like the better rain chances would be to the north, but at least there are rain chances in the state. But that could change. The position of that storm could easily change by the time we get a little bit closer, and hopefully it does. So for this afternoon, just very warm and dry. Temperatures back in the upper 80s to low 90s, about 90 in Guthrie, 91 in Okarche, and 88 degrees here in Oklahoma City, 91 in Stillwater, 90 in Ada, the upper 80s in Clinton, and also in Hobart, 91 down in Altus. Overnight tonight, front moves in. I think we're going to have a north wind here eventually. Temperatures still only dropping down into the upper 50s, about 59 at Tinker and 59 degrees at Lake Thunderbird, 56 in Stillwater, the low 50s across the far north, but we're still going to have some 60s hanging on across the far south. Tomorrow afternoon, the boundary doesn't really go anywhere. Temperatures still make it into the upper 80s in Oklahoma City, but mid 70s in Alva, the mid 80s in Woodward, 80 degrees in Enid and in Ponca City, but the upper 80s and low 90s across the south. With that boundary across basically I-40, there will at least be a slight chance of isolated showers and storms. It just doesn't look like a whole lot. By Thursday afternoon, that wind really starts to pick up out of the south, even more windy out to the west. 90 degrees in Oklahoma City, 91 in Clinton, 90 in Woodward, 92 Thursday afternoon in Altus. And just because it's been so dry, it's going to be really windy and very warm, even hot really. The fire threat will be in that high category in western and even into central Oklahoma. The farther east you go, the fire threat is still there. It will just be lower. So by the time we get into the weekend, once we can get that cold front in here, temperatures do go down at least temporarily, but our next chance of a decent rain doesn't arrive until early next week. We'll be right back.